Hi, everyone. It's Linda G. Comancho Psycho with my dear friend Sterling, who's here
Absolutely.
to answer your questions. And he's been so busy, and I'm really honored that he still took time out to do this little bit of a show for me.
Happy to be with everybody. Happy to be here in Linda's playroom.
Yeah. So, and his wife helped get these questions. Boy, she does it lickety split.
And we
My
had
goodness.
800 questions on our YouTube channel for our show. I think I broke it out, or she did like 73 questions, and so yeah, it adds up. Yeah.
It adds up. Some of them are repeats, of course.
I think they have the same kind of a subject matter, but maybe a little bit different
Way of putting it.
bend
Yeah.
to it. Yeah.
Well, we really appreciate
Oh,
you
sure. Thanks
answering.
for inviting me. Yeah.
Thank you. We always get excited when we know it's Sterling Day. So, will we need to vote a new Congress into power in 2026 to make all significant changes happen to safeguard democracy?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the case. That's how it's going to all happen because rhetoric only goes so far, but you really have to put it into the legal base of the Constitution and the laws of America. Yeah, it's going to take a Congress to push a lot of new laws through. It will, and it will happen.
It will, they'll sort it out for sure. But,
Yeah.
I don't see him being able to force his will on the people. I can see him trying, but I can't see him completing it.
Well, I don't think it's going to be around that long,
Yeah,
right?
me too.
So,
Me too.
yeah,
I've always thought.
yeah.
Because I'm not seeing that ending that he wants.
You know what's interesting is a footnote. The Simpsons have done a lot of episodes, actually going back a year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and they forecasted this time in history of everything going on, and it's kind of tracking what the Simpsons had in their cartoons. It's very interesting.
And
I'll have
it
to
has
send you a
him
couple links.
it has him being carried feet first, right?
Well, no, actually, what has him being run out of town and him fleeing, and Congress being up in arms and chasing him out, and a lot of things are going on right now beneath the covers, so to speak.
Well, the
So.
way the cards were showing for me, and I mentioned you on my show, uh,
Mhm.
like he is stuck up against the wall, and you said you thought he'd perhaps go to Saudi Arabia or something like that.
Yeah, as much as 5, 6 years ago, when all lots was going on, my team said he's going to run to Saudi Arabia and actually pass away in the Middle East. That's actually where he'll end up passing away. Yeah,
Isn't that something? Okay, is 45 building a safety area or a bunker under the new White House grounds?
absolutely. Yeah, but you
Yeah.
know what? That's no surprise. That's actually what I would call good architecture, or that's the way that a lot of government buildings are built, especially around the White House. They all have bunkers. So if there's ever a major catastrophe, people in charge or in leadership have some protection. So I think that's actually part of an architectural plan normally. That's
But
no
there was a
surprise there.
bunker there and they're redoing it.
Yeah, yeah, and it's going to be much more expansive, and so I think there were some things in the press where people were very surprised at that, and no surprise really. That's good building code for White House buildings. Yeah.
Yeah, but you understand why people are so upset. He just tore it down without asking permission. And
Oh, sure,
yeah,
sure,
and
sure.
that was the
Well,
East Wing. That's where the First Lady's offices are. It was really sad. Okay.
I saw Bill Maher. I think it was Bill Maher said, "Well, I hope he notified the first lady before he tore it down. You know, they got
Ah,
her out of there in time." So,
my God. Was the 40 billion given to Argentina? But excuse me, they didn't
Mhm.
give it yet, right? It's all if he wins, they're going to give it to them.
You're talking about Argentina right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the funds have been allocated. I don't know whether they've actually transferred hands, but
But he said if this guy wins, then like he's holding a carrot. In part, a guarantee for his safety and an escape plan for him and his family at any time in the future. Oh, this person's thinking, will Trump go to Argentina?
yeah, I think I see 45 as using that as like an available option. I still think he's going to go to the Middle East. I think a lot of planning, we've already seen a lot of planning, even in recent months and years, with the Middle East planning and things going on there with the families, right?
Okay,
But I think he wants that as like an available option.
okay. Congresswoman Pelosi says police may arrest federal agents who violate California laws. Do you see an escalation in this practice?
I do. I do, and I think it's going to roll out incrementally. Like you may see a single arrest here, a single arrest there, and kind of start to ramp up a little bit and create some heat, for ICE. And I see it happening in other cities, like even Chicago. I think they'll follow what's going on in California.
I love it. I love it. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Just a quick note. I don't know if someone already asked this. Is she going to step down, Pelosi?
I don't think she's decided yet, believe it or not. I don't think
Yeah, they
she's
said she
decided.
had it. So
Yeah.
neither decided to run anyway,
Yeah, I
even
think
though
she's
she
wait.
had.
I get that she's waiting to see how everything shakes out.
Okay.
Like she's going to make a decision based on other factors within government. If when the changes come that we all see are coming, I think that's going to give her a much better platform to continue on.
Okay.
So I think that's what she's thinking about. Mhm.
45 used Kenny Loggins' song Danger Zone in his last memes video, flying over No Kings protest in New York. Loggins is demanding he take it down and remove it all from all social media. Is it also true that he's suing 45?
I get that Kenny Loggins has probably talked to his legal group and his legal team about it, but I also get at the same time, I see him having like hands off. Like Kenny doesn't want to get any closer to 45 than he has to.
Oh, I
So
know.
if you start up a lawsuit, now you're in bed with that person, right? And
Right,
there's
right.
court trial. And I see Kenny, I get Kenny getting, I need to stay arm's distance away from this guy. So
Yeah.
I don't see a lawsuit panning out.
Well, and
Yeah.
and also he did a very good speech about how this is a time people need to come together. I just really liked very good speech. And I thought, that, yeah, he's saying, this doesn't make sense. A lot of people hate Trump now. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, will the US dollar experience a significant decline in the next 4 months?
I won't say significant decline. I'll say it's going to have a number of course corrections. And what I mean by that is that investors worldwide, they hate uncertainty. A lot of uncertainty in the US with the leadership. So that causes destabilization in currency. But like right now, it looks like the US dollar going forward here is probably going to maintain stability against the euro, the Canadian dollar. It's going to, have some fluctuations worldwide. I don't see a crash. I do see course corrections, is what they're
Yeah.
showing me.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
everybody was afraid like 2008, that was a horse of a different color. That's
Oh,
not
yeah, the mortgage
yeah.
disaster. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Linda and Sterling, will Virginia's memoir detailing, and by the way, I'm listening to it on audio now, detailing the abuse at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein be the camel that breaks the camel's back in regards to Epstein files?
I think it's one other linchpin.
Yeah.
It's a collective number of linchpins going on here, and I still see the predominant portion of all the release of the Epstein files will come from offshore,
That's
come
what,
from
yep,
overseas.
you've been saying,
It's
and I said
it's
that
going to
too.
come from a number of sources. So people are just going to go, "Wow, can you believe it's all in the press? Where'd it come from? Oh, parts of Europe, parts of
Yeah.
Asia. It's all going to get released, and magically, and people aren't really going to understand where it all came from."
Well, I'll just throw this in. It could be true or not true. As Putin starts going down, and by the way, they're hitting Moscow left and right.
Hmm.
Ukraine is. As Putin starts falling, I think he's going to release some stuff because he's mad at Trump.
Hmm.
What's actually going on with John Fetterman voting with Republicans? Is it mental illness or blackmail?
I get there's a distorted sense of loyalty going on there, whereby Fetterman at one point was going to get run out of town. People are trying to take his seat. Remember, they said he's not fit or, the stroke and all that. And
Right.
it feels like a number of people in the GOP came to his defense and said, hey, we'll help you financial, whatever you need. And it
Yeah, he
feels like
got
he has.
financial help for sure.
Yeah. And so what I'm seeing is he actually has some sort of a distorted sense of loyalty to the GOP, which is not healthy.
No,
I understand if somebody helps you when you're down, but if somebody's trying to kill your neighbor, that's not a good thing to do.
no.
So he has a distorted sense of loyalty right now is what I get. And the health problems, I'm sure brought some of that on.
So real quick then, do you think he'll win his bid to be in there again, or the Democrats gonna get somebody else?
Feels like somebody else is coming in.
That's what I was feeling
I
too.
feel like because I can see it right now, I feel like some kind of a steamroller, figuratively speaking. It's like a wave of like there's some new person on the scene. I don't know who this is right now, but it's like they come in as like a wave. It's like
Okay.
and you can't stop the wave. So yeah.
Right, right. Do other planets have unique precious metals and gems we will learn about someday? Ooh.
Absolutely. We're already learning about them. It's interesting. Anti-gravity propulsion, which is the way a lot of UAPs, UFOs move through the universe, is actually a combination of very rare metals which are not found on Earth. So
Oh,
actually, when ships have crash landed, we've been able to retrieve some of these rare metals that aren't here on Earth. But when you combine certain combinations of them, you can create anti-gravity propulsion systems. So yes, there's a lot of other materials not found on Earth here we're going to learn more about. Yeah. But for me, the most exciting are the combination materials that create anti-gravity propulsion, because that'll be a game changer for everything.
that's beautiful. In New Mexico, there's a community concern regarding new AI data centers, particularly Project Jupiter, in regards to their high demand for water and electricity in an already strained environment. Residents and environmental groups are worried about the potential impact on local resources and have protested the quick approval of these projects by county officials. Can these centers be stopped?
Yeah, that's in regards to the large data center going up there in New Mexico. It's around the border with like El Paso, Texas. That's Project Jupiter, right? You just
Yeah,
mentioned that.
Jupiter.
And now it's actually not going to be stopped. There's actually 10 more large scale data centers like that are going to be built, not in that particular area, but all over the nation.
Okay.
That's part of like a $500 billion Stargate project. That it's not going to be stopped. I think we need to tell everybody that they're going to be mitigated. Some of the damage to the environment will be mitigated. They'll bring water in from other areas, that kind of
Okay,
thing.
I was just going to ask about
But
water.
Oracle, and OpenAI are part of that Project Jupiter, and it rolls into Project Stargate, $500 billion project. So, yeah, it's not going to be stopped. I understand why people would want to stop it. It is actually the future of the world.
Wow. Why are the conservative Supreme Court justices not upholding their oaths to the Constitution?
That's an easy one. They're all compromised.
Yeah.
They're all compromised, and they're compromised because of illegal funds that were taken, deals that weren't above board, things they shouldn't have done, and people are holding things over their head. They're all compromised from the top down. Now, I see it obviously more for the conservative judges, and even Roberts. Even he is
Oh, yeah.
compromised as
I
well.
got that book that woman wrote about him.
Hmm.
It's very interesting. He was compromised from the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, do you think a day will come that they have to have a hearing or they're going to take them in one by one and say, why did you lie to us about this, that you weren't going to touch this? And
Well, the way it looks to me like it's going to play out, it kind of reminds me of how Nixon was handled, by Ford. It's almost like there's so much bad stuff going on there. They run them out of town. They all leave. And, I just don't see it being dragged out in public. I
well,
think there'll
that's
be
good
some,
news for us. Yeah.
yeah, it's just there's so much damage there
I know.
that it would
And
take
it's
another
so ugly.
decade in legal cases to go through it all. And I see them running, and escaping it. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Uh, are spirits who die and leave young children behind reluctant to take a body until their children have passed? That's an interesting question.
No direct relationship to that train of logic or thought,
Okay.
because everybody has a life path purpose and a plan, whether you're a parent or you're a child, and you don't get off the planet unless it's your time. So let's say a parent leaves the planet. There's really no relevance on the other side. Like, I'm not going to take another body before something here happens on Earth. Reincarnation cycles are typically 80 to 100 years, Earth years in time, unless they're very large mass passings like the Holocaust or whatnot.
Right.
No, so there's actually no direct relationship if a parent crosses that they'd be reluctant to take another reincarnation cycle because of a child or something. No, no
Yeah,
direct
usually
relationship.
that child made an agreement before they even came in.
Absolutely. We all have a birth plan, a blueprint, and all of our life paths are interconnected. And yeah.
Here's a good question. Will Putin escape justice?
Well, not on the other side, he won't. But in this lifetime, I'll tell you what I get on that is I
All right.
get he's going to perish in an aircraft accident on the way to get critical cancer care.
Wow. Will it
So
be deliberate or will it be just an
be
accident?
be deliberate.
Okay. Like he
Yeah.
did to
So
that
it looks
guy.
to me like I see him going down in an airline and aircraft accident, but on the way to get critical cancer care, which is why he's in the airplane.
Okay. Well,
So
here's another
yeah,
good
I mean,
question.
I don't wish these things on anybody, but
No,
I'm just looking at,
that's what you see. I've always saw him going down. I saw him running like he was trying to escape. Maybe that's up in a plane.
you saw him running through the aisles of the airplane. Yeah.
Will Jack Smith get the opportunity to prove 45's election interference in the state of Georgia?
Yes, in a certain sense. So I do see Jack being able to, he's going to testify before Congress. It's coming up. There's something
Okay,
about
so
public.
while the Republicans are in there, or wait till we go
Yeah,
to the
no, even when the Republicans are in there, there's something going on there where somebody's going to like call their bluff. So I think, oh, you think you want to testify? Sure, we'll call your bluff. And I even see when the GOP is still there that they're going to have some sort of a thing going on here. It's going to get way out of control for the GOP. But I see it's larger than that. So I mean, the Georgia case, there was a RICO case connected there, and but what Jack's going to do is actually going to talk about the election interference of things after the 2020 election. It's a larger pool of information that Jack's going to be talking about.
and about stealing all that confidential files.
Right. The documents issue, the RICO
Oh,
case.
yeah. He said, come on, bring
Um,
it on because Trump wants him arrested and put in jail. Maybe
right.
that's
So
what they think they'll set him up to do. And then
exactly.
it falls
Try
apart.
to make him look like a fool, and it's going to backfire in the GOP.
This is
Yeah.
going to be wonderful. Okay, many people speak of ETs as dark entities manipulating government officials and celebrities. Is this true or have any basis in fact?
No truth to that whatsoever.
Thank you.
And that comes out of some mythical, I think people used to say that like the royal family, they're all reptilians or something, right? Did you ever hear that story?
I heard
Uh,
that. Yeah.
no, it's no truth to those assertions. No.
Okay, cool. Will Michael Wolff win his lawsuit against Melania?
He will, but it's going to take like 4 years.
I know
Yeah, it'll be a
Trump will
long
be
play
long
out.
gone.
It'll be a long play out, almost like 4 to 5 years.
But
He'll actually win in the end. Yeah.
she's going to make it linger because she knows she doesn't. She was bull pucking when she said, "I'm going to sue you." He said, "Okay, sue me."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. Do ETs hear our prayers and act on them, or is that left up to angelic realms?
So extraterrestrials, they hear what's going on here on Earth, and they're focused on humanity as a whole, overall. So not, let's say, unique prayers, but when a unique prayer has some sort of implication for all of humanity, they step in. So let's say it's a breakthrough in a cancer care, they'll help with that cancer care treatment in a way that the doctors discover new treatment. So it helps humanity in a larger way. So everybody's unique guides and angels get involved in your unique care. Extraterrestrials don't necessarily do that on a one-to-one basis. So they're much larger focus.
So some of these scientists, like discovering what helps polio and all that, was
Mhm.
that angelic information or ET information?
Combination, because it depends on where it came from. Sometimes they're brand new techniques or discoveries that the ETs did bring down. Genetic engineering is completely provided by extraterrestrials. The concepts behind genetic engineering and CRISPR is where it came from. But there are other breakthroughs that, like homogenization of milk or whatnot, pasteurizing milk. Those are things that people's angels and guides help with. So
When my mother was a child, she and her mother saw a headless man walk into the room on several occasions. He would walk over to the fireplace and then immediately disappear. Was it was a consistent residual haunting. What is the reason for this? Interesting.
that's a prankster spirit. That's a spirit hanging out there
Oh,
because, prankster spirits, they love to do things like that. Oh, I'm a headless horseman. Look at this. So there is a prankster spirit connected to that property. Maybe somebody that lived there at one time, and I think he's getting a rise out of them, whether
Probably
they act like
scared
they're
them to
scared.
death. Yeah.
Right, right. Typically spirits, they don't do things like that. They don't come
Okay.
around as a headless horseman, and that's a prankster spirit. Yeah.
Okay. Here's a really good question. When will Mike Johnson's speakership be over?
It's going to get out into 2026, but it feels to me
Okay.
like maybe first, second quarter. It feels like he can't hold down the fort anymore, first, second quarter, and they have to replace him. The GOP feels like they're losing ground
Yeah,
because
and
of a
I
lot of
feel
things.
like the GOP, some of them are going to turn against him and say, we need somebody else in here.
They are, and a lot of the debacle over the shutdown is going to hurt him as well, right? The way this is being handled right now, they're going to throw him under the bus. They're going to
Right,
back the bus over
right.
him.
Don't
Yeah.
blame him. Also, this is hearsay though, you guys. I
Mhm.
haven't looked it up, but apparently Trump brags about how he's got Johnson in his pocket. Like, yeah, that idiot, he follows me no matter, he follows my rules no matter what. Like he's bragging about it.
Well, I think that's true for a lot of GOP members, so I'm not sure that's unique to Johnson.
Yes, that's true.
That didn't surprise me at all, actually. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, in less than 2 months, 45 and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth say the U.S. military has killed at least 37 people in 9 strikes against drug smuggling vessels in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific Ocean. Why is the military going along with these attacks? Will they be held accountable?
Well, the military, I get they're following orders, right? So they only have so much latitude. They can't say we're not following any of the presidential orders. So I don't see a lot of problems there in terms of legal, but I do see it affecting our political stance in the world. So
Oh, yeah,
it's strange. Our political stance in the world is more damaged by what's going on there than say the military being held accountable and going to court. It's a larger problem, but I don't see the military individuals, if we're talking about going to court over that, they're following orders. Yeah.
they're following orders, yeah. But I tell you, I see the military stopping when it comes to hurting American citizens. I do.
Yep.
Virginia Giuffre indicates in her book, Nobody's Girl, that she never saw 45 do anything with the girls. Is this true? The book was written by a co-writer that is very much alive and has the co-writer changed the narrative.
I get there's information still buried in that book and that still implicates 45. So I'm not sure that the statement as posed there is a clean sweep. That the statement he never saw him doing anything. I think there's information in that book that belies that statement.
Well, also there's
Yeah.
girls that were attacked by him, and it's all have detailed it for years. So
Yeah, I'm just saying when I pick up that statement as it stands, I don't think it's a truthful statement that said
okay.
never saw him do anything. I think, and I haven't read the book, but it
I
looks like,
have it on audio. I'm
yeah,
listening.
I know you're saying that, and I pick up there's more information. I'm picking it up from her right now on the other side. Um,
Wow.
uh, she's making sure that we get this message out there that she did not say that. Wow.
Interesting.
Okay, she just stepped in
Oh,
to say
thank
that.
you, Virginia. Okay, so what do you see coming up next week?
There's trade talks going on in Asia and China right now with 45, but it
Yes.
doesn't look like they'll be successful. Looks like it's going to be kind of another blunder going on there. Okay.
Oh, that's good for us
Uh,
because it looks better.
yeah. I also pick up there's going to be more like search and seizures of congressional documents or something that's almost like the GOP going after 45's enemies. There's something like they went after recent 45's enemies list. I see like more searches or seizures on congressmen or people in government's homes to gather information so that 45 can bring charges against them. Something going on here in the press. More people. Um, there's also like a big storm coming in through the East Coast that looks to me like the East Coast is going to be okay. Right?
Okay.
There's a big potential storm coming through here. Yeah, and also big water events and earthquake events around the Philippine region, around the Philippines coming up this
It's
week.
happening.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's water events and it's earthquake events for some reason.
So that big one that's hitting right now,
Is it the Caribbean? It's in the
Melissa,
Caribbean right now, or
is
yeah.
that Armageddon type flooding?
For them, yeah, for
Yeah,
them it's going to be rather difficult. But I don't see it completely progressing and coming up the East Coast, which I think so.
right,
I don't see a lot of damage to the East Coast of the U.S.
right. So, what was it you were just talking about? Oh, are they going to get Adam Schiff?
Getting Adam Schiff.
Yeah, because somebody in Virginia said there's not enough here to prosecute him.
It's interesting, maybe that's one of the people I'm picking up here because I pick up they're going after aggressively somebody's home or their residence to gather more information or documents to bring charges. I didn't pick that up by name, but I picked that up that this is a big effort coming up this week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did it to Bolton.
Yeah.
So, um, I just see that that girl that's in there now that he put in there, and I see Comey and Letitia James managing to say she's not legal. Get her out of here. She's not appropriate.
I'm not sure which person you're talking about. Sorry,
That
Letitia James or
the woman that has no experience doing this, and he was
oh,
just
the
the only one.
prosecutor. You're talking about the prosecutor. Yeah, it looks like she already kind of shot herself in the foot, right? It
Yeah,
looks
it's
like
terrible. The judges are already all pissed off at her.
yeah. But that's pretty typical of the counsel, the legal counsel we see come up around the GOP all the time. They're
Yeah.
inexperienced, they stand in the wrong area of the courtroom, they ask questions you're not allowed to ask, and it's like Saturday Night Live in the courtroom. Yeah.
So, do you have anything your guides want to share?
Yeah, simple message this week. I think everybody needs to take time out on a regular basis to center yourself and ground yourself so you can make the best decisions in life. It doesn't serve anybody well to get spun up in a lot of grief and anger and hate. Take some time every week to center yourself so you make the right decisions in life. Yeah.
So, do you see us coming to a conclusion with this shutdown?
Yeah, it's within a few weeks here, right? They come back November 3rd, right?
I think so, yeah.
November
And
3rd.
November 1st, no food is available.
Yeah, but for some reason, I still see that they're going to be able to make that bridge that gap somehow, like whether
Okay.
these are public funds or donations or something going on here to kind of help bridge that gap. So,
If you guys go to Linda G. Comanche Psychic in my community section, wonderful people have sent me links of where
mhm.
you can go if you don't have any food, what is available. So go there. It's all kinds of lists. Plus, I have the military link for where you can send it so they can get food.
Right. I think that's what I'm referring to is like there's food pantries available and other
Yeah,
social programs right now
there's
to
social
bridge that
programs. Yeah,
gap. Yeah. Yeah. So
it's very sad.
it is.
All
It
right, my
is.
friend.
All
Thank you.
right.
Hopefully the next time I talk to you in January, because he's going to take a little break. He's taking care of the wife and
Actually, yeah, we're taking some time off. I mean, we're still gonna be doing shows on some of the Sundays, but I'll record them on the weekend. But
right.
for you and I, the next time you and I will be together is January 25th.
January 25th. So it'll be a little, but I bet you a lot happens before that.
Not a thing will happen, no.
And you're probably not open for readings. You're probably booked as heck.
Yeah, that's our membership's open, our platinum membership for those that want to ask personal questions on live streams on Fridays. That's available, but one-on-one readings right now are not available. Kind of booked up solid. Yeah.
Yeah, that happened to me. But I can't do readings anymore. I'm too old. All right,
No, no.
tell your lovely wife I said hi.
I will. I will. All the best, everybody, and we'll see you on the other side.
And you're looking younger, my friend. Your cheeks are a little flushed. You
That's
look good.
Linda, right? Linda takes care of me, right? So that's
Take
good food and
care.
whatever else is going on
That's
there. Yeah.
wonderful. Okay, bye, you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming. Cheers.